It's TIA week, and I can't wait to speak. See all of my friends and see that sun again, 'cause we're going to Phoenix for TIA. We're gonna go out, have a little fun, and we might play, yeah. 'Cause we're going to Phoenix, see my friends, talk about freight brokerage and whatever else comes up again. 'Cause we're going to TIA, yes, we're going to TIA. My friends at TIA, I can't wait to get to TIA. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Standing Out. I'm Trey Griggs, your host. This is a podcast about sales, marketing, and leadership, primarily in the transportation space, but not always. We like to have a little fun from time to time. And as you might have noticed from the opener there, it is TIA week. Can't wait to see all of our friends in the freight brokerage industry, as well as tech providers and all those kind of people as well, in Phoenix for the TIA Capital Ideas Conference starting tomorrow. Going to be a great event. Playing the golf tournament as well. Can't wait for all that. It's going to be wonderful. Before we kick off the show today, because I got a good friend coming on the show today who's going to be there as well. We're going to talk about that. But before we bring him on, I want to make sure I thank our sponsor, SPI Logistics. Listen, if you're a freight broker and you're tired of just having your MC and having to deal with all the back office stuff, or maybe you're an agent, just not quite happy with where you're at right now with your freight broker, make sure you check out the good guys over at SPI Logistics, based out of Vancouver, British Columbia. Been up there. It's beautiful up there. Make sure you check them out. Success.spi3pl.com. They've got the technology, the systems, the back office support, and they're just good people. They care about their agents. So check them out at success.spi3pl.com and make sure you tell them that you heard about it right here on Standing Out. All right. Again, it's TIA week. Really looking forward to getting together with everybody tomorrow and Thursday and Friday at the JW Marriott Resort. Also looking forward to the golf tournament tomorrow. I think we may have to bring home some more hardware. I've won that thing twice so far, so maybe we can do it a third time. We'll have to find out, but that's enough about that. Let's bring on our guest today. So excited to have him on the show. I met this guy recently at some events, and I had the chance to get to know him a little bit and what they're doing at his company. And so please welcome to the show, from Avanza. You're going to learn about what that word means. Herbert Orellana. Yes. Herbert Orellana. Close enough. What's up, my friend?
How you doing, Trey? Good to be on the show. It was great meeting you at Manifest just a couple of months ago, and now we're here in your show. Thanks for having me again.
Manifest? Was it?
Yeah. I think our VP of partnerships has been in contact with you here, for a while now, Senia, and finally we got a chance to met in person, and it's been great since then. We've been enjoying our conversations.
That's right. Zena reached out on LinkedIn. The power of LinkedIn. It's amazing. She reached out.
Oh yeah.
Heard of you guys before. Had a chance to connect with her briefly on LinkedIn. Got to meet you and your brother at Manifest. And just had a really good time getting to know you guys. The energy you bring, it's contagious, my friend. I hope you guys never lose that. You're smiling all the time. Your energy is high. You're entrepreneurs working it out, and you're based right here in Phoenix, where TIA is going to be. So that's pretty cool, actually. Is this your first TIA that you've been to?
Yes. It's ironic, because Arizona is where I started my career in logistics. Back in the days, like Global Trends. But, since then, our main focus has been at our offices in Honduras, and, really our work has been putting together our company, building that foundations that are really important when you are ready to scale up and grow. So right now we're ready to go up there. We're ready to talk, meet new people, meet new prospects, and this is what we're doing. That's why we hit manifest first, and now we're in town, so TIA is the next stop.
It's a home event. You get to sleep in your own bed. I'm jealous. That's going to be awesome for you guys. Well, before we
Yeah.
talk about what you're doing now and about your journey to, betting on yourselves, which I absolutely love, we have to say thank you for being on the show, man. So we appreciate you being on the show. Do you want a coffee mug or a water bottle? What do you prefer here? We're going to send you some show swag.
I'll prefer the water bottle.
That guy. Yeah, we'll get that
Yep.
over to you. I'm a water bottle. And these are great water bottles too. I'm definitely into a good water bottle. So we'll send this over to you, and we appreciate you being on the show today. Fun fact about you, I didn't know this. You enjoy cooking, coffee, which
Yep.
most people do, and you play tennis. Is that right?
Yep, all three of those are truth. And I think so. A little story of myself. So back in college in my senior year, a really good friend and I, we started a restaurant together. And so that's, the early stage of entrepreneurial science in myself. So, it went well. Obviously, it's not a franchise, but that's
Still going
also.
today? Is it is it still running today? The business?
No,
Okay.
no, it's not. It's not. But it really I grabbed very valuable lessons from that experience, and besides that, it confirmed that I love cooking too. So it was a big part for a lot of things in my life.
Yeah, that's really cool, man. Sometimes you have to take a bet on yourself and learn, and whether it works out or it doesn't work out, it's the process and what you learn and who you become as a result is what's so valuable from that helps you on the next time. Very rarely does an entrepreneur get it right the first time. So you're in good company.
Yeah.
I had a business remodeling homes that was fun. I did it for about a year and a half.
Mhm.
Just couldn't quite figure out how to make it work. So, we let it go and moved on to other things, but it was just one of those steps in the journey to where we are
Exactly.
now, which is cool.
Exactly.
You also play tennis. Did you play tennis in high school, college?
So no, actually, my brother and I, who's also a co-founder of Avanza, we both played soccer since we were very young. We were both at a soccer academy, and we actually played for the under 17 for our national teams, and then played college, and then out of once we graduated, I actually tried to play semi-pro soccer here in the United States in the PDL league. And so just another experience that we both we actually lived that experience very close to each other. We used to travel to soccer tournaments abroad and nationally with my brother a lot. So I'm only like a year and a half older than him, so a lot of things in common, a lot of things that we have been doing together. And so yeah, we have that competitive mentality. I think that's part of the energy that we bring, out of us. It comes a lot from sports, and we still take it seriously. I'll say that in another life, if I can, I would like to be a professional athlete. So outside of work, that's what we do. We train hard for tennis, we train hard for the tournaments. We like to stay competitive. Here in Phoenix, we go and train with the Swift Juniors, which is a tennis academy here in North Phoenix.
Wow.
So
That's
yeah,
great.
so for us to be able to train with them, we have to keep it up, because these guys are 16, 17 years old, and they're strong, they have a lot of energy, and it's just great to be outside with the youngsters. But you also need to be able to provide some kind of learning experience to them. I mean, you don't want them to just kick you around and just not learn anything from hitting with you. So
Yeah.
so
I was
yeah.
going to say, let's go play some tennis when I'm in town, but maybe I don't want to do that. I don't want to get beat too bad.
Well, you know what? Tennis is a great networking sport. It's great for chatting. Not necessarily you need to play it like you're sweating out there, but just to have fun. You can sit down, relax, and talk. It's been a great tool for networking as well. I can say that.
All right. One of these days, we're going to have to get on the court and play some tennis because I grew up playing tennis. I would play on
Wow.
Friday nights until the lights went off at the local park. We didn't have a team at my high school, but that's literally what we would do on Friday nights. My buddies and I would go play tennis, and you do it long enough, you get a little bit better. I'm not great, but I do enjoy it. I do enjoy it a lot.
You let me know, man. If you're here in town for TIA for an extra few days, I'll go pick you up. I have enough rackets. We can go hit the club and we'll just hit some balls.
Yeah, we're gonna definitely have to do that. That's gonna be a lot of fun. Because again, I miss that. And your brother plays tennis as well. I'm sure that growing up, being so close in age, you kind of had a built-in best friend off the field. But do you guys get any fights on the field? You're being so competitive. Were there any fights that went on?
Um, so when we were little, we actually used to fight quite often. Nothing like crazy where we will punch each other, but
No, no punches were
no,
thrown.
no. You know what? We never did that. We had some slightly, fights that maybe escalated a little bit, but outside of that, everything was just arguments and what he wanted to do and what I wanted to do. And I think right around when we were about 19, 20, when we were both already a little bit older, we were both in the same teams and everything, then the relationship changed pretty quick and we become really good friends. And from then we've been playing together in all the like recreational teams. We play tennis together a lot. Actually in Honduras, we are neighbors. So we have a really close relationship, and it's not taking all of this to our business that we started 10 years ago. So it's been a good relationship with him so far.
Well, I think that sibling rivalries are often, kind of tempered by the oldest child. So, like, if the oldest child starts to really fight, then it becomes contentious. If the oldest child maybe has a little more reservation or a little more of a peacemaker, maybe it's not so bad. So, kudos to you for keeping it, on the up and up. But at the same time, sometimes those fight stories are pretty are pretty hilarious. But
Yeah.
anyways, let's talk about what you guys are building together now. So now you guys are at Avanza, your own company.
Hmm.
It's kind of a family-run company. And the word
Correct.
Avanza, I didn't know this, but the word Avanza in English means to move forward or to progress. So talk about this idea. Where did this idea come from? And the name for Avanza. Talk a little bit about how you guys got started.
Yeah, for sure. So, like I said before, we both started our careers in logistics here at Global
Oh,
Trends.
were you
So,
both at Global Trends at the same time?
yes,
Oh,
we
wow.
both
Okay.
were at Global Trends. So I started first. So this is how it go or how it went. So I started at Global Trends first, and I was a carousels at their Midwest Flatbed division. And in the meantime, my brother was in tryouts for the professional soccer team here in Arizona, and he was doing really good. Um, Unfortunately, in the last stage of filters, he was not selected to keep going. So I told him about global trends, and we both like logistics. We both like supply chain. It runs in our blood from since we were little. My dad used to export sesame seeds to the United States and Germany. So we already had a background in transportation and logistics. So he's like, you know what? Ask if there's no problems if brothers work there and all that. So I did. I did my research. I did my homework, and soon after that, Memo was in the West Coast driving division of Global Trends as well. So, we worked there for a year and a half. And then we were talking one day and we were like exploring and how we can um, provide additional back office support to a company like Global Trends. And a lot of the reasoning behind was the fact that there was a lot of Spanish speaker drivers and dispatchers, and even some people at the loading or unloading docks. And myself, I knew how valuable was that and how was we able to build relationships with carriers and with shippers just because I could speak Spanish with them.
Same language.
So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
yeah, like people would make fun and jokes at Global Trans floor and say Herbert can get that care like $150 less just because he's gonna say something in Spanish or something like that. So, and then it was nice helping other team members at the company because they were having an issue with a carrier or with a driver. Maybe that person didn't speak really well English, so where's Herbert? Where's Herbert? And be like, hey man, I need your help here. So we saw there was a lot of value in that. Besides that, we knew the talent that is available in Latin America, and we knew that there was a lot of stuff that we could uh, that it could be done down there. So we started our journey. We started with 10 agents, mainly customer service, and we
In
started in
Honduras.
a yes,
So,
yes.
so pause for a second. Why Honduras? What was the connection?
So I think there are a couple of connections there. First, my brother is married to a Honduran girl, and she also went to college with us. So we all knew her very well, and she's like, "Hey, I think this fits really well in Honduras." And one of the reasons was that there is no BPO company doing this in the logistics industry down there. And that's a big plus because we were going to be pioneers in there. And second, um, Honduras has a neutral Spanish accent. So when people talk in English, they don't bring any accent either. So it's very neutral. And that was a value, an added value, like for us. So um, for that and a few other reasons, we're like, okay, we're gonna pick Honduras as the headquarters of Avanza, and that's what we
Like,
did.
a jump. So you kind of had a connection through her, but still, it was a
Yep.
little bit of a risk.
Oh yes, yes. I mean, we were thinking of this as we're gonna make it work. It doesn't matter how, but we're gonna put the time, we're gonna put the resources and the hard work. But we knew that there was a chance that this was not gonna, come through in a year, 2 years after trying. So, we always had the idea that sometime we might, have to, just go back and, get a job in logistics and everything. But thankfully, we did our job. At the very beginning, we just used to wear different hats. I used to be a trainer. I used to be a manager. I used to be a team lead. Um, and same my brother, same his wife, who is also co-founder of Avanza, and she used to be like HR and admin and op support and Memo the same, team leads and ops and sales. So we were just wearing different hats and trying to make this work. I think we did a pretty good job. I think after a couple of years, we were able to delegate some of these responsibilities, but there was still, a really, really, really long road ahead of us.
Yeah, and, I think it's good to acknowledge, like what you just said, is that you knew going into it that there's a chance this won't work, and you may have to go back and get a job. I think sometimes people don't acknowledge that the worst case scenario is you go back and get another job. That's the worst
Hmm.
case, right? And some
I
people
agree.
talk themselves out of trying. I mean, you probably had a little bit of doubt and fear, but it sounds like you guys kind of pushed past that. Like, you know what, this may not work, but let's try it anyways. What was your mentality, and where do you think that mentality came from? Of let's just try this. Let's just see if this will work.
So in my family, there's a lot of entrepreneurs, including
Mm.
my dad and my mom. So I think that
So
was
you
a
grew up
big
with
part
that.
of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you saw
Yes.
it.
Yeah. So that was a big part of it, and I saw them, having a growth path, in their life. But eventually they will find a way to make it through. So I think we were never afraid of failing and recovering. Second, and I'm gonna go back to the sports. I think having that high competitive mentality in sports, it gives you an additional layer of mental strength. And
I agree with you.
so,
Yeah.
so that was a big part of it, like the level of focus that you can have in a goal. And I think our only goal was to make Avanza work, despite of up and downs.
No plan B here. There's no plan B. There's plan
Yes,
A. That's it.
that's it. That's it. And another thing is that coming from the industry, I used to book loads for a lot of independent agents for independent agencies that worked at Global Trends back in the days. And I was like, you know what, we can really help, this portion of the industry. We can really support their industries and we can really help them take their operations to the next level. So there was a commitment because we were in a niche that we used to be sitting and making 100 calls a day trying to book freight, and we were tracking loads and we were trying to book that last super crucial, sensitive load that needed to be covered to serve a customer, or to keep a good relationship with the agent that you were working with. And I think that commitment, knowing that there was people relying on us, and we know how sensitive it was, that gave us an extra push to get things right. And I'll say the passion or the desire to succeed, because we knew how we could positive impact companies.
Yeah. Yeah. I love the fact that your initial thought was we can help people. I think every company should have that approach. Like, how can we actually help somebody out? I think that's so positive. And then I definitely appreciate what you say about the burden. We'll call it a burden, or the responsibility of taking care of other people. I think about that with our company. When I was an employee at other places, I was responsible for feeding my wife and my kids and myself.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
Now that I'm the owner of Beta Consulting Group, I really feel the responsibility of my entire team. Like, they're expecting me to come through so that we can all feed our families and do the things we want to do. And so it does give you that extra layer of kind of motivation. Like, this has to work. We have to make this work.
Yes.
How to make it work.
Yes. And, that comes the same with our employees. We started with 10 people, and, it was really easy for them to just have special, like, motivational for us, because, now we have them. They're part of this thing that we're trying to build, and we don't want to fail them either. We don't want to tell them in 6 months, hey guys, like, we tried, good job, we tried, but, we're not going to keep going. We also felt like we have a responsibility towards them, and that's just part of the human touch. That's just part of having sympathy as well.
Yeah. I love that, man. Well, let's take a brief moment and talk about what you're doing, and then, of course, we got to play a game. We have a lot of fun on the show here. So let's talk about what you're doing. First of all, you're doing nearshore staffing through Honduras, a similar model to what we've seen other companies in the industry do.
Mm-hmm.
What positions specifically are you focusing on, and which companies are you guys serving the best, or which ones are like the best potential customers for you guys?
So I think 3PLs and traditional freight brokerages have been always our favorite company to work with, but it's been now 5 years that we have started working with freight tech companies. And as logistics professionals that my brother and I are, every day we wake up and we stay updated of what's going on in the industry, like what's happening, what's the new product, what's the new company, who's buying, who is selling, and you gotta keep yourself updated with everything that's going on. The new technologies, how AI is evolving the industry. So it's been a good 5 years now that we've been working with a lot of freight techs, and we're doing a great job for them. A lot of back office support. But in the very beginning, coming from the operational side of a freight brokerages, that was our main focus.
Yeah.
We don't really focus only in a few job roles. We like to say that we can handle complex logistic job roles like sales, like SDRs, care sales agent, just because we have a really good experience. We have a strong background in that, and that's where we leverages our experience and our background, and we transmit it into our operations, and that we have a really easy communication channel with all of our employees. Despite that we are COO and CEO, all of our agents have a really easy way to get in touch with us, and that's just through Hangouts. And
Yeah.
so we keep advising, we keep teaching our employees how to do better and how to become better logistics agents.
Yeah, sales is challenging from a nearshoring perspective. Are you guys seeing success with that? Is that going well?
Yeah, actually, sales is becoming our new star product. And it's going pretty well for both freight techs and freight brokerages. What we do, and here's the thing, Trey. It's put real expectations out there. So being a closer, from being someone good who can prospect and follow up with potential clients, are two different things. If you can close a deal, that takes a different level or a different skill set in a person.
Correct.
And so we tell our clients that we will handle their cold outreach process. So the cold calling, the call emails, the prospecting, the follow-ups, and then we will bring in front of them qualified prospects who are interested in their services. And these agents are 100% dedicated agents of our clients. So they are coming on behalf of our clients, offering their logistics services or their products if it's a freight tech. And what we do is that we will schedule the meetings, schedule demo calls, in case of freight techs, and if it's 3PLs or freight brokerages, what we'll do is try to get a meeting scheduled for them, try to get a quote request for a lane, an invitation to an RFP, get an Excel sheet with lanes, and being added to a distribution email. So that's what we call a qualified prospect. When that shipper or manufacturer, or distribution center, it's ready to close the deal with our client.
So it's kind of top and middle of the funnel is more of what you're focused on from a sales perspective than closing at the very end.
Correct. Once we have this prospect, then their account executives or their salespeople will finish the job and close the deal.
Yeah, very good. So kind of sales assistant, BDR, SDR, whatever you want to call that role. That's really where you guys are selling. That's cool. It's a tough role. There's no doubt about it. But I'm glad you guys have kind of cracked the nut on that and figured out how to do that, because that's a real difficult one. All right, we got TIA this week. Herbert, what are you most excited about for the event this week? Oh, I think we may have lost your audio, or maybe you lost mine. Did I freeze? You never know with these things.
Yeah, there you go. Yep.
There we go. Let me just ask that question.
Yes, I can hear you well.
Yeah, we got TIA this week. What are you most excited about for the event?
So first is just seeing everybody who wasn't able to go to Manifest, who are from Arizona. I want to see a lot of my old friends who are still in the industry. I want to talk to them. I want to see, what's going on with them, and just get, catch up with them. Second, I would really like to connect with new logistics people, and doesn't necessarily need to be talking about how Avanza can help them, but just learn about what they're doing, what's their input in the industry, and how they're doing things in their companies. And then if there's a chance, then hopefully, talk about how we can, support their operations, how we can help them if they have sort of needs in their companies. But I think it's just networking, just talking to people, just seeing what everyone is doing, and sit down, have a nice chat. Um, I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, we'll make sure you come to our session on Thursday morning. Going to be talking about sales and how to accelerate sales and use marketing to do that. So make sure you come to my session on Thursday. I appreciate that. Are you playing in the golf tournament tomorrow on Wednesday? Are you playing in the golf tournament?
So I'm not, and I'm not a good golfer. I have tried in the
Change that.
past.
We can change that. You can give me some tennis lessons. I'll change those for golf lessons, man. We'll have to just swap swap our skills and help out with that.
There you go, broker life right here, man.
It is. I mean, a lot of brokers play golf, so something you should pick up. And the golf courses in Arizona are some of the best in the world. So you may
No,
have
yeah,
to pick up the game, man, for sure.
yeah, but unfortunately, I'm not playing it. But hopefully, I can still meet with people.
100%. Oh yeah, you won't miss out too much. I mean, it's going to be fun, but it's a small part of the overall event. Speaking of games, we got to play a quick game on the show. We like to have a little fun, Herbert. So we're going to play a game today called Hot Takes. All right, Herbert, here's how the game works. Our producer is going to put up a banner up on the show or up on the screen here of a controversial statement, or at least something maybe she thinks is controversial. And we have to debate it a little bit. We have to give our take. Like, what's our take? Do we agree with it? Do we disagree with it? Here we go. The first hot take today is if your coffee order is more than 4 words, then you're ordering a milkshake. What do you think about that? You agree with that? You disagree with that? Is it a milkshake when you get to more than 4 ingredients in your coffee?
It's a tough one. I disagree and I agree.
I 100% agree. I mean, it's no longer coffee. If you're putting that much in your coffee, it's a shake. It's it's not even good, especially if they put ice in it. If they put ice and mix it up, it's definitely not
Yeah,
at that point.
that's what I was gonna say. It's not a coffee anymore. It's just not coffee. But I don't know about milkshake, because milkshake, I think it will take some other ingredients, and yeah,
milk in there. They mix it up. It's kind of like a melted milkshake. I'm kind of for it. I'm saying yes. All right. Next hot take. The best part about being an adult is canceling plans, not making them. I think it depends on your age. I bet if you're young, you don't cancel any plans. But I'm of the age now where canceling plans actually feels good.
I agree. I don't think it doesn't matter. I just think when you're an adult and people understand if you're canceling plans.
I'm not going to go. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going.
Yeah, and people is less resentful as well.
I will say this. I do like to make a lot of plans. So making plans is a lot of fun. But canceling them is sometimes just be like, nah, we're not gonna do it. Okay, next hot take. Here we go. Spicy food challenges are not about taste; they're a test of your will to live. Have you seen the podcast Hot Wings or Hot Takes with the wings? Have you seen that?
I think I have seen a few. Yeah,
they really hot wings. I mean, the people are dying. They're dying as they're eating these wings. I've done some spicy food challenges before, and
wow, really?
I agree. It's not about taste at all. You can't even taste it. Like your mouth is so on fire. There's no taste at that point. You're just trying to survive.
Agree. That's what it is. It's not about taste.
What's the hottest thing you've ever consumed? Hottest food item you've ever consumed?
Probably it's a hot wing too. I think my friends and I ordered it. The spiciest thing we found on the wing menu, and yeah, that was pretty wild. It was bad.
I had a certain kind of jalapeno once. I like jalapenos. I had one. I'm telling you, for a couple of days, my mouth just tingled. Like it was rough. I couldn't believe. I can't remember the name of it. There's somebody out there watching this who knows the name of it. What type of jalapenos are the spiciest? But man, that was brutal. I'll never forget that. For sure.
Did you have to have some milk right after that?
Anything I could. I mean, I was having milk. I was having water. Chips. Anything just to try to calm the thing down. It was unbelievable.
Wow, sounds pretty bad.
All right. Next hot take we have is, if you think about it, a kangaroo is just a T-Rex deer. Do you agree or disagree with that?
I have to agree
There's some there,
in
yeah.
this context. Yep, yep.
It's definitely not as ferocious. The teeth are probably not the same, but I bet kangaroo have some sharp teeth. I mean, they're a wild animal. They probably have some sharp teeth as well. But
Yeah, but if you
short
draw the
arms.
silhouette of the kangaroo and no color, no details, it has the shape of a T-Rex.
I agree with that. The shadows would be very
Mm-hmm.
similar, minus
Yep,
maybe some
yep.
humps or something like that. Yep, we're gonna go with that one. All right, next hot take we got. This is the last one. Is we say we miss the good old days, but forget about the lack of Wi-Fi. Yeah, it would be. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna answer first, Herbert. If I went back to my childhood days, it'd be rough. No internet, no Wi-Fi, no streaming on demand shows.
Yeah,
I remember
yeah.
going to the music store and just buying one CD, and that's what you listen to because you only had one. You know,
I agree. I agree. I grew up with internet,
yeah,
but
you're younger than
the
I am. You
the
don't.
online streamer and all that kind of stuff, we didn't have it yet. So you have to download the music from Napster, I think,
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah.
and yeah,
It was
so
revolutionary. Napster was
yeah,
huge. We're like free music. Are you kidding me? I mean, you could get
I
almost anything
know
you wanted. That was pretty amazing. I
that
have
was pretty amazing.
You're probably mid to late 20s, right? Like when did you graduate high school? You're probably a young guy. You're like
I'm
27.
I'm
When did you
35. I'm
Oh,
35 right now.
35. Oh, okay.
Yep,
Older than I
yeah,
thought. Okay, okay. So you graduated
yeah.
high school back in like '08 or something. No, oh
Yeah,
06,
yep,
06.
yeah.
Okay.
I was 16. My birthday is in August, so in bilingual schools in Central America, that finish, the around May. Then when I graduated, I was still 16. So I graduated really
Wow.
young from high
Really
school.
young.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah,
All right.
yeah.
That makes sense. All right. Very fair enough. All right. You're a little older than I thought. All good stuff. Because Napster, man, you definitely remember Napster. The Napster was the bomb.
It was. I love that
Love
thing.
that. Love that. Absolutely. Well, hey, Herbert, it's been great to have you on the show. Wonderful conversation. Can't wait to spend some time with you this week at TIA. And, good luck out there. Keep that smile on your face, man. The energy is just so positive, man. I love it.
Thanks, Ray. I appreciate it. It was great to be in the show, and looking forward to see you in TIA.
All right. Sounds good, man. We'll talk to you real soon, buddy.
All right.
All right, everybody, make sure you come back every Tuesday for a new episode of Standing Out with great guests like Herbert. If you're at TIA this week, make sure you come up and say hi. I might be wearing a jersey. I'll probably have my backpack on with Beta Consulting Group, logo on there. So make sure you come up and say hi. And again, make sure you join us every Tuesday for an episode of Standing Out. Also, if you like to listen to us on radio, check us out at reachacrossamerica.org. We're on their radio station as a syndicate on Tuesday nights on their Tuesday trucker lineup. So appreciate them and the partnership that we have with them. Finally, let me just say this. It's not too late to sign up for Broker Carrier Summit. It's coming up April 22 through 24 in Kansas City. It's going to be a phenomenal event. If you're a carrier out there, listen, this is a chance to meet brokers who truly want to help you grow in the lanes that you are wanting to run. So make sure you come to that. Sit across the table, have a meal, shake hands, get to know brokers. Brokers out there, listen, this is a great time to find carriers who are trying to do the right thing. So we're going to communicate well, provide you updates in a timely manner, deliver the load safely. So we'll see you guys in Kansas City for that. Go to brokercarriersummit.com to sign up for that. Use the coupon code BETA to get 10% off your registration. And also don't forget to sign up for Elevate, which is TMSA's annual conference. It's in June. Going to be in New Orleans this year. And the Beta team is going to be down there in full effect, emceeing the event. So look forward to seeing you there. Go to events.tmsatoday.org to sign up for that. And from that point on, just remember one thing, folks. Stop standing still. Start standing out. We'll see you real soon. Take care.